Hey everyone, it's Kim Barnes Jefferson and welcome to FabFit TV. I just need to set my timer because that way it keeps me on track so I don't run out of time. Alright, so we're ready to go. I am a healthy living expert and I work with women to help them fall back in love with their bodies and their lives. And I believe there is a healthy, fit person inside each and every one of us that we just need to take the pressure off to let that person come out. So tonight, here we are, just kind of, I think we're about 2 weeks away from the end of the year, maybe 3 weeks away from the end of the year. And, everyone is talking about resolutions. They're talking about, all the things they want to get done before the end of the year. And I just wanted to kind of, let's, put a container around that and let's really kind of get laser focused. I feel that so many people don't get laser focused around healthy living. I think, we just grasp onto all these different ideas, studies we hear on TV, friends are doing this, so you're going to do it. And it's really kind of like, why? It all comes down to the why, because at the end of the day, stuff's going to happen. Your kids are going to get sick, you're going to get sick, a car's going to break down, your boss is going to tell you what to do, whatever. And it's going to push you off of your track. And everyone always, and it's like the same old, tale. Everyone's going down the track and then that one instance pushes them off the track, and coming back on the track isn't as easy for some people. Some of you get knocked off, you're like, okay, and you claw your way back. Some people, get off that track and they just stay off that track. And then, a few months go by, a few years go by until you're ready to get back onto the track. And so I always tell my clients, it always comes down to the why. Because when you have a reason why you want to do something, you're more motivated. Think about like things that you do for your kids. Like, you'll, push, you'll lift a car off of your kid, so that's a kind of like why that I want you to have about getting healthy. And your why doesn't have to be this big altruistic thing. And I know that when I first started thinking about why, I thought it had to be this like huge, big altruistic thing. And my why for working out is because I want to fit into my pants. I want to stand in front of the classes that I teach. I want to come on this show and be able to say, you know what? This is me representing living a healthy life. It's not me saying compare yourself to me. It's like I want to be a representative of living a healthy life with balance. And that's my why. My other why for doing this show and for doing what I do is that like I love finding out stuff about my health. I was just on the phone with my doctor for an hour. And we were talking about, just the whole things that are going on in your gut and like your gut health and how it affects so many other pieces of your health. And it was just like, I've left with like so many notes that I just have to like Google because the man is just so flipping smart. And I was just like blown away. So that's my why. Like my why is like, I want to like take those conversations that I have with him and bring it to you guys, because I know that so many of us have the same struggles and we just don't know how to talk about it. We might not have access to the same doctors that I have access to. You might have something that's going on with you that I'm like, oh my God, I was talking to so-and-so and this is what it is. And I just know that I spun my wheels for a really long time and that sucks. And I don't want you to spin your wheels. So, tonight I wanted to talk about just like the basics, like moving your body. Moving your body does not cost money. Moving your body could just be you at home. Like there's so many, on-demand programs. There's so many Amazon, Hulu, like there's so many different YouTube. There's so many different resources that you can have physically, never leave your house. You could be a shut-in if you want and move your body. You could turn on music and just move your body. There has to be this organized thing. You don't have to belong to a gym. You don't have to go to a class. Like none of that. You can make it as simple and easy as you want. You could open up your front door, just go for a walk, right? So right now, the big thing I want to give you the why. Why would you exercise? Why would you move your body? And overall, the biggest takeaway that I always tell people, the exercise gives you confidence. Working out gives you confidence. And I didn't think that, and I would have never thought, when I first started exercising, it was more vanity. It was like I wanted to fit into my pants. That was really what it was. My whole fitness journey started, 15 years ago because, I just got married and my husband's family doesn't have a good health history. So I was like, hey, I don't want you to die on me. And we started working out, and it was just, seeing myself set these like small little goals and crushing them, that I was like, oh, well, if I could do it with this, then I could probably do it with that. And I translated the things I was doing at the gym to things that was going on in my real life. And as, I went through my fitness career, I saw a lot of my clients doing the same thing, and it would just like made me like bubble up on the inside. So I wanted to talk about that confidence, because who doesn't want to feel more confident? Like who, can walk around and be like, I feel confident all day, every day in my life. Not everyone can say that. And it's through my fitness that I do feel that way. And I want everyone to feel that way. And, fitness is the easiest way I know how to gain that confidence. So I got 10 ways to help you feel more confident through exercise. So clearly, first thing on everyone's agenda when they start working out is losing weight, right? No brainer. Everyone wants to lose weight. But here's the beautiful thing about when you lose weight is that, this isn't me saying calorie count. Not at all. This is me taking the focus off of the food. This is me putting the focus on the movement. Because so many times you go on these diets and it's all about the food. Don't get me wrong, food is important, but they don't really emphasize the moving part. And so many people, we have a very sedentary society. Like we go to a job that we drive, or we sit on a train. Then we sit for 8+ hours, and then we reverse that commute home. We might stand to cook our dinner, and then we sit in front of the TV, and then we lay down and go to bed. And there's not much movement. The biggest movement is from my office to my car, or to where I'm commuting, or somewhere in the office. But now no one gets up and talks to each other. It's all, let me email you, let me instant message you. So that's one of the biggest things, is just think about movement for weight control, not just about dieting. The best thing I find for my reason why I work out is my mood. You could be, the thing I always say, no one skips to the gym. I teach a class at 6 o'clock in the morning. No one's there like, yeah, I'm psyched. But when they leave, they're like, yep, I'm glad I dragged my tushy here. I'm glad that I got up. Like no one ever like leaves class and be like, why did I show up? That's, you feel good. Like there's just certain hormones that just get fired off in your brain when you exercise that like you can't feel good. You're like, all right, that was worth it. And that's, people call it the runner's high. That's why people come to the gym. They're like, they know that the before is going to be but they know the after is going to be better. And so, just that boost of the mood. It's absolutely good for your heart, and it's for women, heart disease is a silent killer. Until I want to say in the last 5 years, the biggest kind of marketing and push has been towards men. But for us women, like our heart attacks are more emotional because we carry so much inside of us. We're always rushing around taking care of everyone. We have that kind of hidden stressors that where, more men are more, they're more aggressive, they're more, vocal, where we kind of keep a lot of our stuff inside. So, we didn't really research it that much. Now, heart attacks are up there for ladies. And so, when you get your heart pumping, it just helps to move around the blood volume. It helps to make sure that the plaque isn't building up in your arteries because you just have so much blood volume going through. And so it's easy for us to say, the more blood volume goes through, the lower your blood pressure. The lower your blood pressure, the less, pressure that's on your heart to do all the work to get the blood circulating through your body. We all like the benefits of looking good. We all like the benefits of having a leaner physique. We like the benefits of, having a tighter tushy, having a flat tummy, having nice shoulder caps, whatever that shape is that you're looking for. I always tell my clients, it's like, it feels good when you have nice muscle on you, because everything is just like, it's tight. It's like a natural Spanx. The other benefit of exercise is energy. So many of us, I don't think we know what good feels like. We might have a few days where we feel good, but we don't attribute it to movement. We might attribute it to, maybe you get a good night's sleep, maybe you ate something, whatever, but you don't attribute feeling good to movement. And the more you move, the better you're going to feel. And, like I said, it doesn't have to be this chore. It can be just as simple as turning on your iPod and dancing it out for 20 minutes. Who cares? You could be a good dancer. You could be a horrible dancer. You could dance like Elaine from Seinfeld. You're just moving, just moving and grooving. And, I also find that when your energy is low, that's when all the negative self-talk comes out. That's when you start, yelling at yourself and saying, the things that you would never say to a friend, but you have no problem beating the crap out of yourself over, right? So just moving your body just makes your whole body just work better. And when your body works better, it feels better and your energy goes right through the roof. I hinted on sleep, and I've talked about sleep so much. I can't stress about sleep. And I'm telling you guys alive, I was so guilty of breaking the sleep rule. This weekend I caught a little bit of a cold, and Sunday night I just looked like death warmed over. And my husband's like, why are you still awake? Why aren't you just in bed sleeping? And I was like, I have no idea. And I literally dragged my tushy to bed at 6 o'clock, and I sat in bed and I was like, all right, I'm just going to read till I fall asleep. And I read for 3 hours. And I was like, when was the last time I sat and I read a book for 3 hours? I can't tell you the last time I did that. And then I slept like the dead. And I immediately started to feel better. And, that was Sunday night. Here it is Tuesday. And when I talked to you, if you talked to me on Sunday, you would have been like, oh my God, are you okay? And now, I feel so much better because I got my sleep. And so the same thing happens when you exercise. When you exercise, if you're someone who's like, oh, I'm not a good sleeper, when you start moving, you'll start to sleep like the dead. And it's just something that, if you think about when if you're a mother or you have a fur baby, if you run your kids ragged, run your dog ragged, they knock out. You've just expended all the energy that they have, and then they sleep like the dead. And the same thing happens when you start moving. And now I'm not saying you have to run around ragged. Even just a slight elevation in your current movement will do the same thing. So think about it. Think about moving. It doesn't have to be much. It doesn't have to be oh, I'm going to start training for a marathon. It could be I'm just going to start walking 30 minutes a day. It could be, I live here in Boston, so it could be, I'm going to get off at a T stop one before my normal T stop, or I'm going to go for a walk at lunchtime. Well, it's kind of cold out, so if you're brave, go for it. And then, one of the, I believe it's ACE, did a study about productivity in the workplace if you're someone who exercises, and they found that you're 25% more productive. And the reason why you're 25% more productive is that exercise helps you to prioritize. Exercise helps you to have just certain synapses fire in your brain. And so they're still kind of, mapping, how everything all kind of works. But there's this awesome video that shows, when someone's working out, all the different brain areas that are just lighting up when you work out. Because if you think about the concentration that you have to have, so if you're someone who's on a treadmill, I'm on this treadmill and I need to stay on the belt. And then if I am someone who's changing the settings, I need to pay attention so that I don't fall off the back of the damn thing, right? If I'm lifting weights, I need to pay attention to the weight so it doesn't drop on my foot or drop on my head. So I'm trying to coordinate all these different things. So it makes me more focused. It makes me have, and that way I'm able to kind of put together multiple things. That is great in the gym, but it also translates to work. The other thing I find, and other studies report, is the creativity. A lot of times, Tony Robbins says, change your mind, move your body, change your mind. And a lot of times they'll say, if you're like sitting at your work and you're just like so frustrated, and if you just get up and move, it just changes the neurons that are going around in your body. It changes the electrons that are going on in your body. It moves around everything in your body so that at some point you're going to be like, you know what? It's time, I think I've solved the problem. And I know that happens to me. Like a lot of times I'll just write something down and I'm like, it's overwhelming me. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to solve the problem. It's stressing me out. I'll just write it down. And then I know that in the morning when I work out, it'll come to me. Something will just like fire and I'm like, oh, it's blue or whatever. There's something about taking yourself out of the process, moving your body, that helps you kind of re-energize yourself to think about the think about the problem. I think about like exercise is like sometimes like you don't understand why rebooting your computer solves a problem. And like whenever you call your help desk, you're like, oh, blah, blah, blah is broken. They're like, did you reboot your computer? It's the same thing. Exercise, I want you to think of exercise as like a giant reboot. Like you don't know why you reboot, but it's a nice way to reboot and just reset your body system. And then, it also gives you something to look forward to. So, if you have someone that you work out with, so it's like, for me on Wednesday morning, my husband and I have a spin date. And it's like every Wednesday morning at 6 a.m. we go to spin. And it's something that we look forward to. It's something that we do each and every week. So it's a nice thing for us. Now, the same thing could be done, with your husband. You could, go for walks with your kids when it's nice outside. You could also have a friend that you're like, you meet for lunchtime spin dates, or you meet for, yoga or whatever it is. And so like, it gives you something to look forward to. I see all over Facebook, and I'm sure you too, like everyone's like, oh, Monday, and it's always some like crazy meme, or like, oh, Tuesday, why aren't you Friday? So why not build in a little excitement? And why does excitement have to be a drink? Why can't that excitement be you meeting a friend to move your body? And if that's not the case, it could be something as simple as a playlist. I remember like before the iPod, and you only had, I think it was like 20 or 30 songs on the thing I had, and how like great it was when you changed your playlist. Like it just was like, a whole new day, or like you get a new pair of sneakers, or you got a new, new workout shirt, whatever it is. It's, just something that makes you look forward and excited to, hit the gym. And I touched on the concentration piece, and it's that the concentration coupled with the productivity is why a lot of workplaces will add fitness as a benefit. They'll actually, a bulk of the classes that I teach are in companies, and companies will, pay to have a gym put in so that their employees can go. Like I said, I get away from my desk, I go for a quick run on the treadmill, I go to a quick group fitness class, and whatever that problem that I was trying to like figure out, I might have figured it out in class. I might have figured it out on the treadmill. It's also a way for like other departments to meet each other. A lot of times, I'll ask like, do you guys know each other? And they only know each other from the gym. So it's a nice way to kind of, cross-pollinate the company. And so exercise just has a way of like just bonding like-minded people together. And the other thing I like about fitness is that you're able to set mini goals. And what I find is that so many people will set these like goals, and you can't see my hands, right? So they'll be like, oh my God, I'm never going to get to my goal. I'm never going to get to my goal. I'm never going to get my goal. And they're off on this side, and they're like, and the goal's here. And they're like, it's so far away that it's demotivating because it's taking so long to get to them. So imagine if I set goals here and I hit it. And then I set another goal here and I hit it. And then I set another goal here, then I hit it. And I set another goal here, then I hit it. Look at me. I'm almost to where I want to be. But as I go through, I'm seeing little waypoints. So, you know, think about, I laugh because every time you get on the Pike in Back Bay, it says, you know, New York City, 200 miles. 200 miles, like that's like, you know, that's 3 hours. Like, but you see, Worcester's 45 miles. You're like, okay, I got 45 miles. And so that's what I want you to think about. I want you to think like, do I have 45 miles versus 200 miles? And so one of the beauty things about fitness is that you can set these small mini goals. And that's one of the things that kept me going were these mini goals. So I would have a 30-day goal. And you know, you can pretty much do anything for 30 days. So now I'm like, all right, if you're not someone who can like really see the vision for 30 days, let's see if you can see the vision for 2 weeks. So, you know, or let's see if you can set an intention for that workout. So I've been doing spin workouts. And so at the class that I go to, it's called Flywheel, and you have like certain PowerPoints. And so at the end of class, I'll say, okay, by class, I'm going to have 200 PowerPoints. By the end of class, I'm going to have 150 PowerPoints, whatever it is. And I just set a goal. And the whole time during the class, I'm trying to hit this mini goal. And when I hit that mini goal, I'm like, yeah, got this. And so then that drives it into by 7:30, I'm like, yeah, about my day. Most people aren't like that about their day, right? So if I set that small mini goal, then it kind of sets this trigger in my brain that says, if I could set a goal to do 200 on the spin bike, why can't I do 200 in whatever it is that I'm trying to accomplish for that day or for that week? And then I feel invigorated, so I want to keep going. And then I want to keep going, I want to keep going. So that's what I encourage you to do. Like, pick these small mini goals that are like a little outside of your comfort zone, but at the same time, when you hit it, you're going to be like, yes. And even if you want to do that move, go for it. You know, we all need that power move. You know, like Tiger Woods, like the fist pump. You know, you could be like, yes, you can raise your hands, whatever it is, that's your move. But it gives you that feeling of achievement. And who doesn't like to feel like you achieve stuff? Like, that's just like amazing. Absolutely amazing that you achieve stuff. And it's like, you know, if you kind of just start tracking that, like literally like saying, you know, setting these small achievable goals, like on my, in my office on my bulletin board, I like a list of like, here's what I want to accomplish during the month of December. And every month I do it. And then every month I like, you know, when I, there's something about checking off that box and you're like, oh, and then you see how many boxes that you checked off and you're like, oh my God, I'm getting close to like accomplishing everything I want for the month. Like, how can I do it? So that's what I want you to do. Like, you know, I talked about make it a game, make it exciting for you, because when you're not excited, you're not going to do it. If it's like one of this drudgery, like, oh, this is what I have to do, I have to go to the gym. Flip the script. I'm choosing to go to the gym to honor my body. I'm choosing to go to the gym because I want to be more productive. I'm choosing to go to the gym because I want to, whatever you insert your I'm choosing, but I'm choosing versus I have to. Because have to is you have to pay taxes. That's have to, because it come after you if you don't pay your taxes. So I'm hope that like those, you know, gave you like a little like insight into like how to like better approach exercise, you know, as we get into 2017, and if you kind of start setting resolutions for this. But I did want to just quickly let you guys know that I'm doing a 12-day fitness challenge, and literally I went to all of my fitness friends and they've given me 12 little tips that you can use every single day. There's recipes, there's workouts, there's things about finance, there's things about mindset that you can use every single day, and there's just tips from 12 different fitness professionals on how you can cruise through the holidays without worrying about fitting in your pants on January 1st. So if you want that, you would go to this link, bit.ly/12fitmass-P2. FITMAS, P as in Paul, 2, the number. But yeah, I have enjoyed this. This is my last show of 2016. There will be a replay on the 27th, and I will be back live in 2017. That's really crazy that it's how close it is. In the meantime, I love feedback, so you guys know where to reach me. You can find me on my website at fabfitsquad.com. You can shoot me an email at squadleader@fabfitsquad.com. You could also find me on Facebook, fabfitsquad.com, as well as on Instagram and Pinterest. I'm always looking for story ideas, so if you guys have something that you want to hear about, you have a question that you want me to answer, anything like that, absolutely hit me up. I am here to make sure that I am a resource for you, and I just want to make sure that every show is interesting for you. I like talking about this stuff, so I'd love when someone else is interested in it as I am. So just quickly, I have a few more minutes before I go, and I just want to let you know that as we head into 2017, there's going to be a lot of different things I'm working through, and like I said, I had a long conversation with a naturopath this afternoon. It was all about gut health and all that good stuff. So we're going to start talking more about why is that important and why that might be stalling some of the weight loss that you might be having. So it's going to be really, 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 really interesting. So thank you guys so much for watching. It's been, this will be a year of me doing the show, so I'm really excited about that. And I can't wait to be back in 2017, and that'll be on January 10th. I can't believe I'm talking about January already. Wow. So have a happy holiday season, healthy, wealthy, and wise, and have an awesome new year, and I will see you in 2017.